In a show where transformations became the norm as characters constantly gain access to new power-ups and upgrades, sometimes even these powers aren't enough to compete with some of the villain's unfair abilities. As such, fusion was introduced even in the early days of Dragon Ball in order for these characters to bypass that ridiculous gap in power. While fusion has many methods in the Dragon Ball world, one thing between them is common: the user will have their power multiplied. They seem to also gain more abilities and techniques that would otherwise be unattainable for them individually. For instance, Goten and Trunks individually never broke past the first level of Super Saiyan, yet their fusion into Gotenks managed to easily advance the third level of Super Saiyan. So in this video, I'll rank all the fusion characters we have seen in the Dragon Ball show. However, as a disclaimer, I will only rank characters that fuse together willingly and won't count absorption in this video. I will also not count characters from video games such as Dragon Ball Fusions because, let's face it, if I did, this video will be 3 hours long. Only characters from the main anime will be counted, so without further ado, let's get right to it.
What? You used the earrings to fuse with someone too?
Yes. Yes, I did.
People might have forgotten this already, but Old Kai is in fact a fused character. He is the Potara fusion between the Old Witch and the Supreme Kai of the 15th generation. Although he's usually just referred to as Elder Kai or Great Lord Kaioshin, he is one of the great gods of this world. However, he's relatively weak when compared to his younger counterpart, the Supreme Kai. This was evident by him unable to react to Goku's suppressed weak ki blast that was fired at him. While we cannot gauge how strong he is exactly, what makes the Elder Kai so dangerous instead is his ability to unlock people's hidden potential. This was demonstrated when Elder Kai unlocked Gohan's ultimate form.
Incredible! This strength! This unimaginable strength!
During the Frieza arc, Piccolo was revived by Krillin and Gohan in order to join and assist the battle against Frieza and Namek. While Piccolo by himself stood absolutely no chance against Frieza's second form, he fortunately finds the wounded Nail and fuses with him for a necessary power boost, as Piccolo was recorded during the Saiyan saga to have a power level of no more than 3,500. However, after his death on the hands of Nappa, he trains with King Kai, but we aren't told how strong he became. However, I won't imagine he is any stronger than Nail, who has the power level of 42,000. As a result of the two Namekian warriors fusing together, they reached a power level over 1 million, Piccolo being the first protagonist to reach that milestone. If you never heard of this name before, don't worry, these characters have only appeared in the Yo Son Goku and his friends special. Abo and Kado initially worked in Frieza's special forces. According to Vegeta, their power level is comparable to the Ginyu Force, while Tarbell, Vegeta's younger brother who also appeared in the special for the first time, explained that they're stronger now, being as powerful as Frieza in Dragon Ball Z. He doesn't specify which form of Frieza, but since the movie came out in 2008, we can only speculate that this is the Frieza from the Namek arc, meaning that Abo and Kado, even fused together, aren't that much powerful. This makes them one of the weakest fusions in the Dragon Ball franchise.
The Namek! Who are you? Really? There's no way the real Piccolo could have such incredible fighting power!
He needed to get stronger to fight the androids, so he merged with Kami.
Piccolo merged with Kami? It seems too incredible to imagine. With that union, Piccolo has become more powerful than I am, even as a Super Saiyan.
Although for a brief moment, Piccolo during the Imperfect Cell saga finally reconciles with his other half, merging once and for all with the God of Earth as Piccolo becomes the strongest Dragon Ball protagonist one more time, being so strong that he scares the Super Saiyan out of Vegeta, surpassing the legendary status of Super Saiyan, and being able to go toe-to-toe against Android 17, whereas previously he was one-shotted easily by 17. Piccolo in this state of power was labeled as a Super Namek.
Amazing!
Kibito Kai is a Potara fusion between the Supreme Kai and Kibito. While Supreme Kai has been noted to be stronger than Frieza during the Namek arc, he isn't much more powerful than that. However, one can make the argument that he's stronger than Piccolo due to the fact that Piccolo has forfeited the match against him. But I honestly doubt that Piccolo was weaker. He was just scared and was trying to respect the Supreme Kai for his status. But whether he's stronger than Piccolo or not doesn't change that the person he fused with isn't that powerful compared to him. So I wouldn't place Kibito Kai as any higher than Perfect Cell, to be honest. This is also supported by the fact that Kibito Kai during the Kid Buu saga wasn't even relevant enough in power to come and help Goku and Vegeta.
なんだこいつらくっついて一つになっちまったぞ。
見たか孫悟空、俺たちは合体することによってより強力な M2 になれるのだ。
During the Baby Saga, Goku engages in a battle against the Sigma Force. They reveal to Goku that they have studied his fighting style, and as so, they can easily predict his next move. After he hears that, Goku humors them and seems to have trouble against them during the fight. They try to downplay Goku the whole fight and fuse together into their Super Mega Cannon Sigma form. There, they declared their superiority in strength and speed. However, it is later revealed that this whole time it was Goku who was testing them this entire fight, saying that since they studied his fighting style, it's only fair that he should do the same. The moment Goku powers up just slightly more, he absolutely destroys them easily.
If you're looking for the guy who just turned you into a donut, that would be me. Hello, you're going to wish that we never met.
The Metamarine Fusion Dance is a sequence of short poses performed by two characters with equal power to one another. Should these two characters strike the poses in a perfectly symmetrical image of one another, the result of a correctly performed fusion dance is a superior being whose power is multiplied several folds over that of the individual. This was first achieved in the series by Goten and Trunks, who separately aren't that powerful compared to the rest of the cast. Yet their fusion bypasses their power into a more relevant level. Their fusion summons the cocky belligerent Gotenks, a character so powerful that Goku during the Buu arc claimed to Majin Buu that Gotenks is even more powerful than he is. Goku had supreme confidence to not destroy Fat Buu because he believed Gotenks has the ability to destroy Fat Buu. This is also before Goten and Trunks entered the time chamber. Goku himself said they shouldn't use it because of the 2 full day limitations the Room of Spirit and Time had. This could very well prove that Gotenks Super Saiyan 1 prior to using the Hyperbolic Time Chamber is as strong as Goku's Super Saiyan 3, meaning Gotenks Super Saiyan 3 form can be very well argued to be 8 times stronger than Goku's SSJ3, since official material tells us that Super Saiyan 2 is twice the strength of the first level, and Super Saiyan 3 is 4 times stronger than SSJ2. Spoilers alert, by the way. This is why in my Majin Buu ranked video, I suggested that Ultimate Gohan is more powerful than Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Even Dragon Ball Super agreed with that, as they mentioned Gohan's ultimate form surpassed his father in DBZ. Now, some people in that video mentioned that Super Buu is only as strong as Super Saiyan 1 Gotenks. I replied to them, have you even watched the show? Honestly, it baffles me on how many people throw out statements without a simple research. At the very least, don't wear a blindfold when watching. Super Buu managed to escape the Room of Spirit and Time when he ripped through a dimension. Gotenks Super Saiyan 1 tried tirelessly with Piccolo to do it but failed. He only managed to do it when he went SSJ3, clearly indicating that Super Buu and Gotenks Super Saiyan 3 are almost evenly matched. Since I know some people are still going to be skeptical and try to challenge this take, let me close any door for arguments here. Piccolo in manga chapter 496, page 7, Piccolo is quoted saying, "This is a first time for him. He never fought someone so close to his strength before," referring to Super Buu's emotional damage when facing SSJ3 Gotenks. This is why people saying Goku Super Saiyan 3 is stronger are corny. Y'all just never read the manga and just use anime filler scenes where Goku Super Saiyan 2 is fighting against Kid Buu. If anything, this makes Kid Buu look weaker than Fat Buu. I'm gonna go off script just for a moment because I, like you guys, prefer Goku over Gotenks any day of the week. Gotenks isn't even in my top 20 characters in the show, but unlike many in the Dragon Ball community, one character being stronger than the other doesn't really make me lose sleep at night, nor does it make these characters better than the other characters. For example, Jiren. Jiren's very strong. Jiren is stronger than most characters in the Dragon Ball franchise. Doesn't mean I like him, doesn't mean I think he's a good character. He's trash. Jiren is garbage. I'm sorry. But him being stronger is fine by me. So I hope you guys can understand my mentality and lack of bias for these characters will be reflected throughout this video and many other videos that I'll be making.
What you say is true. We have used our ability to merge many into one to share our energy, wisdom, and power. We have fused.
In the Tournament of Power, we were introduced to a pair of new Namekians from Universe 6, each of them exerting incredible power, unusual for the typical Namekian. There, we found out that their power came at the cost of their entire race fusing together, giving them power that is relevant enough to make Gohan in the Tournament of Power get serious and go all out. Even Piccolo had lots of trouble competing with them, yet with the help of Gohan he managed to defeat them, and even have his special beam cannon pierce one of them, resulting in their defeat. So how strong are the Namekians from Universe 6 are? They are definitely above Piccolo, but aren't as powerful as Ultimate Gohan. But they're strong enough to beam struggle his Kamehameha, as Gohan was stated by the narrator in Dragon Ball Super to rival Goku's Super Saiyan Blue power. Now that doesn't really mean Gohan is as strong as Goku here, just like the Namekians aren't as strong as Gohan. However, there are a lot stronger than the previous characters on this list. Majuub is the fusion of Mr. Buu and Oob in the Dragon Ball GT timeline. Now, there isn't an exact multiplier that we could use to figure out how strong did Majuub get after fusing. However, the very fact that Oob, prior to fusing with Majin Buu, scales to adult base Goku is all the indication we need to scale how powerful Majuub is. I mentioned this in my Buu ranked video that Goku in GT is a joke. In his base form, he takes a huge dookie on every character in Dragon Ball Z with the exception of Vegito and Gogeta. Goku in his base form, as I explained in that video, demonstrated his dominance against characters such as Gohan and Goten and blitzed them with no effort. Gohan in GT was mentioned to be stronger than Z according to the GT Perfect files due to the fact that Gohan kept up with his training. In addition, Goku in GT, even in his child form, toys with literally every character he's fought. He makes characters like General Rildo look like an easy warm-up. General Rildo was mentioned to be stronger than Buu, yet Goku outclasses him easily. This same General Rildo came back in the Super 17 arc and almost defeated Ultimate Gohan, yet he was one-shotted by Majuub. Therefore, Majuub is one of the strongest fusions and can be argued to be stronger than some of the other characters that are going to be mentioned on this list.
I am not Goku or Vegeta. I am Gogeta. It's over, Janempa. I come for you.
Gogeta is the fusion of Goku and Vegeta via the fusion dance. Gogeta in Dragon Ball Z, which is where I'm scaling him right now, is not one to mess with. In terms of attitude, he is the polar opposite of his counterpart Vegito. He's very serious and does not mess around. We have only seen him in Dragon Ball Z Fusion Reborn before he debuted again in the movie Dragon Ball Super Broly. However, in the movie Fusion Reborn, he appears in his Super Saiyan 1 form and fought against Super Janemba, a character that overpowered Goku's Super Saiyan 3. You could also argue that Super Janemba is streets above Kid Buu with the way he handled Goku. Not to mention, Janemba completely altered the other world, altering realities like hell, heaven, and the living world together. Based on this, Janemba, even before transforming, can be argued to be low universal, as he was a threat to destroy the entire universe. Yet Gogeta, upon just existing, makes Janemba look like he's nothing. He tanks a punch to the face with no damage, indicating that he's many times more powerful than Super Janemba. His speed alone is so fast for Janemba to even process, as his attacks land and seem to have a time lag to them. Gogeta then performs his hacks move, the Stardust Breaker, a move similar to Hawkeye when used against evil entities, as it completely erases Janemba from existence. And if you noticed, characters that sometimes die in the other world just come back with a halo, yet Janemba was erased from existence. Gogeta going Super Saiyan was honestly an overkill, and he can be argued to be stronger than most Dragon Ball Super characters based on this. However, we have never seen him go all out, or use his Super Saiyan 2 or Super Saiyan 3 for that matter, so he might as well be a lot more powerful than this.
Call me Super Vegito.
Vegito is the fusion of Goku and Vegeta via the Potara earrings. When facing the almighty Buhan, Vegeta and Goku stood absolutely no chance against him, as he was streets above them. Goku didn't even consider using Super Saiyan 3 against him, yet their fusion into Vegito makes him toy with Buhan in his base form. Although a filler scene, Vegito in his base form managed to block Buhan's ultimate finishing move, catching it and kicking it out of space. Now, just like the never-ending debate between Super Buu and Kid Buu in the Dragon Ball community, a similar discussion continues to exist regarding Vegito versus Gogeta during DBZ. Most people think they're equal, and while that may be true if we're talking about Dragon Ball Super, however, in Dragon Ball Z it is not the case. It was made clear that fusing with the Potara earrings is more effective. In manga chapter 501, Old Kai makes fun of the fusion dance by calling it childish and tells Goku that the Potara earrings are much more effective. Basically, Potara earrings is the way that gods fuse, where the dance is the fusion for mortals. In addition, unlike the dance, the Potara earrings grant a rival boost as indicated by the Elder Kai, saying that the fusion became more complete because of it, as the Potara earrings normally assumes the dominant traits of both characters. They also don't have the same limitations that the dance have. In the fusion dance, both characters must sync their power equally in order to fuse, meaning if we apply this theory to Mr. Satan and Goku, it will be impossible for Goku and Mr. Satan to fuse normally with the dance because Goku would need to match Mr. Satan's power level. Yet Goku was seconds away from fusing with Mr. Satan with the Potara earring. Hence, we conclude that if the theoretical fusion dance of Mr. Satan and Goku is weaker than the theoretical Potara earring fusion, then this means Vegito is stronger than Gogeta during DBZ. This is also supported by the Daizenshu guidebook that clearly states Potara earrings are stronger. And just like Gogeta, we never actually seen Vegito go all out. People are often confused that Vegito is weaker than Gogeta because he never finished off Buhan. But what people fail to realize that if you watch the Japanese dub, Vegito was playing around with Buu the whole fight in order for Buu to absorb him. He wanted to be absorbed in order to save his sons and Piccolo, because had he killed Buu early, he would have killed his sons and Piccolo in the process. During the course of the entire fight against Vegito, Vegito made a complete joke out of Buu. Majin Buu has been noted to have so many hacks abilities, tried everything against Vegito, but nothing worked. Dude tried to enter Vegito's body and kill him from the inside, but it couldn't even work because of Vegito isolating him inside. Buu even at one point turned this man to a candy and still couldn't handle his insane power. Even without having a body, Vegito was so overpowered that no amount of hacks or cheese could have saved Buu. Not to mention, Vegito could have theoretically went Super Saiyan 2 or 3, seeing as how Gotenks has easily achieved it. Kefla is the Potara fusion of Kale and Kefla. Prior to fusing together, Goku was fighting against the two Saiyans in a 1v2 battle. Despite him being fatigued from his previous fight against Jiren, Goku used Super Saiyan 2 to fight against them. However, he seems to lose ground in the fight. That's when he goes Super Saiyan God, and Goku completely outclasses both Kale and Kefla. He almost eliminated both of them together. However, that's when they fused and became Kefla. Now, the reason why I think Kefla is stronger than DBZ Vegito is largely based on how overpowered Kefla was in her base form. Goku noted she's so strong that he can't even measure it. Kefla was so strong in her base that Goku couldn't even follow her movements while in God mode. She even became more powerful than Hit, who scales with Goku's Super Saiyan Blue. While she only unlocked Super Saiyan 2 during that fight, Goku needed to use Ultra Instinct Omen to defeat her, making her one of the strongest fusions in the Dragon Ball franchise. If you ever wondered what the fusion between a Saiyan prodigy and a Supreme Kai prodigy would be like, then look no further than Fused Zamasu, who is criminally underrated in the Dragon Ball community. Not many people give credit on how obscenely powerful he is. He is so strong that he one-shotted both Goku and Vegeta's Super Saiyan Blue. He was also mentioned by Gowasu to have no limit to his power. His godhood stands in a place where not even Gowasu could understand, saying he's above any comprehension. He has the body that can infinitely increase in strength and was supposed to be immortal. This is of course not counting Infinite Zamasu, who appears in different timelines and basically took over the universe. He became the universe. Infinite Zamasu was tearing through space and time and was a threat to the multiverse as well as being a threat to every timeline, making him the most dangerous villain in the Dragon Ball franchise. However, Merge Zamasu himself had a fatal flaw that led to his defeat. It's the body of Goku that wasn't immortal. As a result, this corrupted the fusion and made Merge Zamasu unable to control himself properly. Zamasu is also the first villain in Dragon Ball Super to force Goku and Vegeta to fuse, and make Vegito actually fight seriously. This alone is possibly the most impressive feat in my opinion.
The combination of Vegeta and Kakarot. Vegito! And here's something new. Vegito!
Vegito Blue debuted in the Goku Black arc. It was the first time in 20 years that we finally see Goku and Vegeta combine their power once again. While the outcome of their fusion was a little disappointing considering how they defused pretty quickly, however, their awesome performance was enough for us to assume that they were going to win the battle against Merge Zamasu. Now, some people will downplay Vegito in this fight considering that Vegito for the first time seemed like he was actually being pushed. And that makes sense considering his opponent is no ordinary character. Merge Zamasu one-shotted Vegeta and Goku's Super Saiyan Blue forms. He was so powerful that Gowasu mentioned that his power expanded to no end. His standing of God is beyond of their understanding, that's what Gowasu said. Meaning Vegito was basically fighting someone that possibly rivals Beerus in power. Well, at least during that time, since Beerus' power seems to be retconned a couple of times during the course of the series. However, Whis did mention more than once that if Goku and Vegeta fused together, they could take him on. So considering how Vegito pushed an immortal god who has unlimited power and almost defeated him, is a big feat in itself.
Who do you think you are?
We are Gogeta. Kakarot and Vegeta have merged together to take Broly down.
Gogeta in Dragon Ball Super is the strongest fusion character in the canon universe of Dragon Ball. Now, some people might scratch their head in confusion. As I said earlier, the Potara fusion is a stronger method of fusion. In addition, I also referenced a magazine that promoted Dragon Ball Super movie Broly, which said Vegito and Gogeta are equal. Well, the simple reason why Gogeta currently tops this list is because Goku and Vegeta that fused together in the Broly movie are significantly stronger than the Vegeta and Goku that fused during the Goku Black arc. The Tournament of Power by itself has shown lots of growth with both Goku and Vegeta as they perfected their Super Saiyan Blue power and even ascended past it, with Goku unlocking Ultra Instinct and Vegeta with his Super Saiyan Blue evolved form. So the fact that Goku and Vegeta are much stronger makes Gogeta stronger by proxy. Of course, I have to mention Gogeta in Dragon Ball GT. This is more of an addition right now, whose power is also ridiculously strong. He's so powerful that he never took Omega Shenron seriously. He was incomprehensibly strong that Omega Shenron couldn't even understand how many times he got hit. And something you should know about the Super Saiyan 4 transformation is that it doesn't actually have a multiplier like people believe. I debunked this a long time ago, but the Super Saiyan 4 transformation, according to the GT Perfect files, is a form that is a limit breaker form, making the user assume his full potential. So one could argue that Gogeta had his full potential unlocked, which could make sense why he had red hair, as people have assumed and theorized that his red hair was a sign that he is a Super Saiyan 5, or maybe higher. But that's just a theory. But anyways, Gogeta is the top dog currently when talking about the main Dragon Ball timeline fusions.
3 hard punches and all you've got is a bloody nose. I have to admit, I'm impressed.
What do you mean, 3?
In a show where transformations has always been the benchmark in order to highlight the growth a character has overcome, fusion serves as 2 characters being able to settle their differences apart and believe in one another, instead of fighting alone. You are now fighting as one entity that shares the same exact goal, and while the power they gain is usually limited to a time constraint, this doesn't spoil the payoff of seeing your favorite characters morphing into one. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know which fusion character is your favorite down below. If we were talking about Dragon Ball Z, mine would be Vegito, though I prefer Gogeta in Dragon Ball Super than Vegito in Super. Also, if you like these videos, please check out my other ranking videos. I already made a few of them. Also, tell me which ranking video should I do next. It's been your host MoodZi, so please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.